Alrighty, YouTube, good morning to y'all here. Happy Saturday, November 15th, 2025, and we are officially halfway through the month here of November already. Crazy, we're getting ready to head toward December in the next 15 to 16 days here. We're going to be winding out the year here pretty soon, and we've got a lot of weather stuff to talk about here. A severe weather potential as we go into next week, some very, very heavy rainfall for a lot of people from the Ohio Valley down to the southeast, but that severe weather is going to be the main topic as we head into the next couple of weeks here as we start to enter more of a winter-like pattern maybe going into December here. We've seen some models try to show a polar vortex collapse, some not, some show it. So we're going to be here to break that down for you guys. I will start to have live stream updates starting tomorrow night. I was going to do one today, but there's a lot of stuff we have going on today, but we'll be doing one tomorrow night, getting y'all ready to go once we officially get something from the Storm Prediction Center. We actually have a little bit of severe weather today up in the Ohio Valley and up towards PA. So we're going to go ahead and talk about, break that down here in just a minute. But I want to start out here with satellite imagery just to kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on. A beautiful weekend here across the southeast, not much going on, but an upper level system here with a northwesterly flow allowing for a little chance for some severe weather today back over here into Ohio, West Virginia, northeastern Kentucky, and western Pennsylvania, morely in the form of damaging winds. Can't rule out an isolated tornado, but mostly going to be a damaging wind threat there. And you can see very, very heavy rainfall working its way here into southwestern California with this upper level low. And this is the disturbance that's actually going to help kickstart our severe weather threat as we head towards the middle and end of next week. So we're looking more at a significant severe weather threat, maybe going towards Wednesday, maybe even into Thursday morning across down here into Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana. So outside of that, everybody else will be seeing mostly heavy rainfall, but a couple areas of severe weather towards this weekend as well, or towards next weekend as well here we could be watching out for. And then we'll start to talk more about Thanksgiving as we head through the next couple of days. So we'll go ahead and start out with the Storm Prediction Center outlook here for today. And you can see we have a general thunderstorm risk back down here into southwestern California, southwestern Nevada here, getting into western Arizona. Not expecting any severe weather down there, but we do have a little marginal risk that's been in place here for the last 48 hours here from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania back down into eastern Ohio, northwestern West Virginia here, and into just far extreme southwestern New York State there with a wind threat today. A tornado threat is less than 2%, but not zero. Wind threat at 5% for winds up to 60 miles per hour today, and that hail threat less than 5%. So mostly looking at some gusty winds out there around 60 miles per hour. I'm not expecting anything too crazy with that. We'll talk about what the timeline of that looks like here in just a moment. Tomorrow, not expecting any severe weather either, just general thunderstorms here, but could we see a marginal risk introduced? Sure, but we'll see if the Storm Prediction Center decides to do that in the future. And then taking a look at day 3, we do have some general thunderstorms here, and I do want to watch day 3. We do have some AI guidance that I typically like to look at behind the scenes. It is showing some potential for a little severe weather threat down towards like northern Arkansas, Missouri here. So we'll see if this expands or if this changes here in the next 24 to 48 hours. But I do want to watch Monday just for a slight little tick up here in severe weather as this little shortwave trough ejects across the high plains and central plains as we go into Monday and Tuesday. But a general thunderstorm risk here for western Kentucky, southern Illinois, eastern Missouri, northern Tennessee, and northern Arkansas. And then still nothing highlighted yet on the day 4 through 8 outlook. I do think something is coming. And the Storm Prediction Center has precluded any 15% probabilities. That's a slight risk or higher right now. Just still dependent on confidence and model runs. So I think either tonight or tomorrow or even by Monday, we'll have something highlighted for Wednesday, Tuesday and Wednesday and into Thursday for our first little round of severe weather. And then we may see another severe weather threat as we head towards Saturday and Sunday of next weekend. So it's coming. It's a matter of time here. I know I've been saying that the last couple of videos, but predictability has been too low just due to model spread. Still trying to figure out where that trough is going to officially eject out and where the higher severe weather threat's going to be at for next week. So we'll talk about what that looks like here as we go through the next couple of days. But here's our timing for severe weather today. Remember, the area that we're watching is eastern Ohio, West Virginia, and eastern portions and western portions of Pennsylvania and southwestern portions of New York State here. And you can see we're going to see a cold front come through, and here comes the general thunderstorm. Some gusty winds, potentially up to 60 miles per hour in here. Can't rule out an isolated tour, less than 2%, but not zero. But timing looks to be between about 5 p.m. this afternoon and 5 p.m. Eastern time this afternoon through about 7 to 8 p.m. And that cold front will come clashing in pretty quickly, and then eventually some rain, maybe some rumbles of thunder overnight tonight across Virginia, maybe eastern Kentucky here before that fizzles out, and that cold front eventually surges east. And then eventually we got to watch for some little snow flurries behind this here. We'll have some cold air sinking in Sunday afternoon here. We could see some northwesterly flow off the lake here, and this could allow for some snow flurries. So we'll see what that looks like tomorrow morning, but nothing really going to amount in terms of snowfall accumulation or anything like that, but just some flow coming off the lakes here, something we'll watch through tomorrow. But our main story is going to be what's getting ready to happen this week. We got a lot of stuff getting ready to happen this week, and that's going to be in terms of heavy rainfall and the potential for some severe weather. Snow and wintry weather in this week, not really going to happen. Temperatures are mostly going to be too warm, and you can think this upper level high or upper level ridge that's in place here with that high place down here in the southern Texas, keeping things nice and warm. But you can see this jet streak up here that's going to move into portions of the Ohio Valley later on this afternoon and giving us that little severe weather threat. But this upper level low that we've been talking about the last couple of videos is what we're watching for to kind of kickstart severe weather. We're going to have this little shortwave trough, and there could be some isolated severe weather right off the exit region of this trough as we head towards Monday into Tuesday here. We'll see if SBC, like I said, decides to highlight something in the future, but very weak shortwave trough, a little bit of moisture, a little bit of instability, nothing really too crazy to work with, but that's going to help set the stage. A lot of times when you get these shortwave troughs and you get a bigger system coming in behind, that moisture pulling process, that instability transporting process has already started. And so as this other upper level low comes in on Tuesday, this is what's going to help set up our severe weather threat for Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Arkansas as we head into Wednesday here. And you can see this big positively tilted trough working its way in here, lots of shear. By Wednesday afternoon, we're probably looking at a damaging wind threat, tornado threat, and hail threat somewhere in this area here. Models are starting to really hone in on that and agree on that a little bit better now. So looking at a pretty decent little severe weather threat setup here. I don't think this is going to be a big time severe weather outbreak as of right now, but if we were to see some changes with our troughing and our instability and our shear, we may see that potentially happen. So definitely really watching, especially as we go into Wednesday and Thursday across the Arklatex down here in northeast Texas, southeast Oklahoma, western Arkansas, Louisiana, as we head into Wednesday and into Thursday here. And then that system will move through the Ohio Valley, bringing lots of heavy rainfall and general thunderstorms to much of the viewing area here as we head into Thursday and Friday. And then we got to watch another system decides to pop up here on Friday and Saturday, and this could also bring another severe weather threat down here towards Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, before we eventually start to see some very cold air start to enter the picture as we head toward the ending of next week and eventually into what will be Thanksgiving week. And then we could be looking at some very cold air. Models are back and forth on what's going to happen with this. We'll keep you guys updated, but this cutoff low could hang around here as we head towards Thanksgiving, bringing some stormy conditions maybe towards the East Coast. That's still a little ways out right now, about 12 to 13 days out. We'll keep you guys updated if anything changes in terms of that there. And just kind of taking a look here at those temperature anomalies. Ridging is going to be the main factor here. A little cool air coming down towards the northeast as we head towards Sunday into Monday, a little clipper system. And then we're back to warming. And then eventually this front's going to come through on Thursday with a little bit of cool air. You won't really notice it too much. Overnight lows will be back down to the 30s and 40s for some people across the Ohio Valley, the deep south there into the Midwest and the upper high plains there. But eventually we'll just warmer temperatures will return again heading towards the end of next week, and we'll just kind of hang around here, and then eventually another ridge, and then maybe some cold air finally starts to enter the picture as we head toward the end of the month. But it looks like we're going to stay above average for the rest of most of the month here as we head towards eventually what will be December. I mentioned the rainfall, right? We need to talk about this here for a minute because heavy rainfall is going to be a big thing as we head towards this week as well here. Lots of people seeing rainfall anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rain, maybe some higher pockets of that in some areas. But here's the forecast in terms of what the precip could look like with rain. I mentioned snow flurries tomorrow across northeastern Pennsylvania here, getting up towards New York, eventually Maine, Massachusetts. So some snow showers across there tomorrow with that cold air being in place. But here comes our first little system, and you can see a little bit of a wintry precip mix up here Monday, Tuesday. I'm not expecting this to mount to much, but general thunderstorms here, and then I'm going to watch for an isolated severe threat across Missouri, Illinois, maybe western Kentucky, northern Arkansas heading into Monday and Tuesday. And then eventually as we head towards the middle of the week here comes our big upper level system, and this is going to bring severe weather, heavy rainfall. This looks to be mostly a lot of heavy rainfall right now, but I do think that severe weather will be mostly confined down here to Texas, Louisiana, southeast Oklahoma, Arkansas, dependent on instability and moisture, which we will have in place. But lots of general thunderstorms and heavy rainfall moving through here. This is going to be a big storm system that we're going to be talking about middle of next to end of next week here, and this is going to allow for a big upper level low to hang out over the Great Lakes, and then just rainfall for most of the country, which would be beneficial. We need the rainfall significantly. Won't be too much severe weather up in the Ohio Valley or the Northeast, so there just won't be a lot of instability to work with on that. And then we get our second system, maybe some snow breaking out across eastern New Mexico, but I really want to watch Saturday and Sunday here, and maybe a bigger time severe weather setup closer to the Gulf Coast as we head towards next weekend. So 2 systems next week, actually technically 3. One early shortwave trough coming through across the Arklatex and up towards the Missouri Boot Hill area on Monday into Tuesday with a little bit of general thunderstorms and rain, and then our main system coming in Wednesday and Thursday across most of the country here, with that severe weather being concentrated down towards the Gulf states, southern plains of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and then maybe another system heading towards Saturday and Sunday of next week in the 22nd to the 23rd as we get down towards Texas and Louisiana here. So we'll be keeping you guys updated every single day with what's going to be happening with this, and then eventually that would bring some more heavy rainfall back up in the Northeast before we start to see the potential for some cooler air enter the picture as we head towards the month of December. Crazy, guys. guys, we're going to be in December here pretty soon. So here is my 7 to 10 day rainfall totals here, at least on the European model run. This is through next Sunday, and you can see heavy rainfall on the west coast here, allowing those Pineapple Express here, those atmospheric river setups of just low pressure systems coming through and kind of bashing the west coast here with heavy rain and some snow. And then look at this, guys. This is 7 days of rainfall here. We could see pockets of 3 to 5, maybe even some 5 to 8 inch rainfall totals, especially from northeast Texas up through Arkansas. And this may have a dependent on how severe weather unfolds, because sometimes you get too much moisture, you don't really get a lot of severe weather that unfolds, but I do think we'll have some severe weather out there. And then mostly looking at heavy rainfall across the Ohio Valley and the deep south as this system trends eastward. So we'll keep you guys updated on those rainfall totals, risk zones, and anything that happens as the next couple of days. We'll have an update tomorrow morning, and then we will have a live stream tomorrow night, starting to discuss and get the ball rolling here, dependent on what's going to happen as we head towards next week. So other than that, guys, have a wonderful Saturday and a wonderful weekend. We will be live streaming again on my gaming account on TikTok, again playing some COD today, so come out, hang out. But other than that, have a wonderful weekend. We'll see y'all in the next one.